Hi, Dennis Weiss. Welcome to our town. We're at Great Plains Theater, where we often are. But we have Margaret Clare, the Executive Director of Great Plains Theater, as our guest today. Good morning.
Good morning, Dennis. Thank you again for hosting us.
So we're in 2019.
We are.
And as you well know, you were one of the people on a little note I sent out, said 2019 looks like it's shaping up to be a very big year for the Abilene area and the community. Each of you on this note has lots of great things going to happen in your organization. Would you sit down and talk to me about 2019? All of you that I sent the note to said yes, and you're number 2.
All right.
Okay, so 2019 is indeed a big year for Great Plains Theater. Tell us about it.
It is the 25th anniversary of the Great Plains Theater here in Abilene, and that is one of only 2 professional theaters in the entire state right here in Abilene, going 25 years strong, going for another 25, so we've got lots of plans.
25 is a really big number.
It's a big number.
For anybody. And if you live inside these walls, as both of us have quite a little bit, 25 is a huge number, because even 1 year is a huge number to do what is done here. The scope of what is done here for our community is a big thing. So 25 consecutive years is just a huge task.
It's a huge, it really speaks to all the people who came before over the past 25 years, who started it, who put their sweat and tears and blood and money into this theater. As you know, it is a daily effort and it's a daily joy, but it never stops. We feel like we're on the hamster wheel, kind of 24/7. We do it because we love it, and we do it for this community, and we love seeing them come through our doors. And so we're going to keep doing it. As you know, we've got our whole season planned.
You do.
And so we probably want to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
We are moving some of the new things. Here are the new things.
Okay.
We are moving from 4 shows a year to 6 shows a year.
More fun.
So, more fun.
Okay.
So we will have 4 musicals, 3 in the summer. We will be doing Marlon Fitzwater's play, which is a new work, and we're all very excited about that in the fall.
Right.
And then we will be doing a big 25 anniversary gala, Making Magic, and that'll be in December.
Okay.
And we're going to be bringing back people who have been involved with the theater, and that will be a 3-week run. So that's the second new thing, is that 2 of our shows will have a 3-week run instead of a 2-week run. Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, 3 weeks in August, and that will be our big family musical with all the kids. We'll do a boot camp, so it'll dovetail with the summer camp program. So we'll have lots of kids, families. We've got some whole families who are going to be involved in that show. 3 weeks. Then we are going to do 3 weeks for our Making Magic in December, and we're going to be bringing back people, not the same people every week, but we'll have some guest artists from the past, blasts from the past, with a little bit of a look into the future as well, for our big review, which Randy West and Justin Hill will be writing.
Okay. So, gosh, that...
right there.
There we go. That's a lot of words just to describe what's going to happen. So as I was walking in this morning, I pulled up and there's this pickup sitting in front of me, and as I get out of my car and approach the pickup on the rear, the door opens and somebody's struggling to get out of the pickup with a whole armload of stuff. So I reached over and pulled the door, and as my eyes met their face, it's 2 of ours. Two of these, okay? And I think, my goodness, isn't that a great thing as I walk into this show about 2019, is 2 young people who are spending their day here today, and probably you can tell me a lot more about that, but those are ones who started out as little kids in one of your camps years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one of the things that we do is we work with, as part of outreach, is we're working with the schools. We go into the schools and do a free theater arts in the fall, and we hit grades K through 5 doing that. The two that you saw walking in are on a work-study program with the high school.
Oh, really?
And so they are coming here, and their work-study is to work in the costume shop.
Well, terrific, terrific.
We also have one
good.
of our graduates who is on break from college, and he's working in the tech shop, and he's been working through his whole break here at the theater.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, that, as you well know, that's the success story of this place that is not replicated anywhere around, anywhere close. It's the integration of young people into the professional aspect of what you do. I think I told you recently, but I was privileged to sit at an economics conference where I met the lady at the state of Kansas, was put in place to work between business and education, and all about optimizing young people. I thought to myself, as I listened to the presentation, you should come to Abilene and talk to Great Plains Theater. They simply do it.
Well, we do it. We're lucky enough to be a professional theater, and what that does is it gives us that path for those kids. So as you know, we have an academy, and so the academy with the professional theater just allows us to dovetail those two together, and it works beautifully.
So, Joseph and the Magic
Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, yes.
Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah.
So, as you went through the description of that, that's your professional and family and
that's our
little ones,
the main stage.
All players.
Yep,
are
all
on
players.
There, and it's going to be a 3-week show. So, what's the dates for that?
So,
got it handy?
The dates for Joseph are going to be, well, the summer shows, it's going to be Pirates in June. It's going to be Disaster, a new, very, very funny spoof in July. And August is going to be Joseph.
So
keep,
I have something you must do in August. That's the intent.
Absolutely.
If you're within the range of this video, which is going out widely, you need to come to Abilene in August to Great Plains Theater. I guarantee it will be an amazing event.
It will be an amazing event. So this is January. That's June, July, and August. Before that, we are in process right now with Les Mis with our teenagers, and that is, they are so excited about it, and it's a very difficult show, and they are doing an amazing job.
I was about to say, I'm glad you started them off small.
They chose the show.
Good for them.
Our theme this year is social issues, and boy, we just went right to the heart of it. They chose the show. This is the teen group, so a little bit older, and not all the material is easy, either in performing it or just even thinking about it. They are once again rising to the occasion. It's going to be a really fantastic, impactful show.
You should
coming
put your
up.
Ushers, your volunteers in yellow vests.
We could do that. We could, as in solidarity with the current Parisian events. Yes, who would think the revolution would be revisiting?
Exactly. I say that partly in jest and partly deadly serious, because my goodness, what you do here is fun, what you do here is enjoyable, but what you do for young people is very serious training for their future lives. And I've had young people on camera tell me that over and over and over. But for me, watching it, all this fun we create on the stage, you create on the stage, turns into serious benefits for young people all of their lives, and connecting it to current events that are going on right now across the waters in France seem very appropriate to me.
We do theater, but theater can kind of fool us sometimes into thinking that it's about nothing. And even when we're enjoying it and we're entertaining, it's about something. And as I have said many times, here we teach confidence. And yes, we do it through theater, but we're teaching confidence. And that confidence they take wherever they go.
Yeah, well said. Okay, so what else do you have in your calendar?
Well, keeping with the French theme here, we have our kickoff to the 25th anniversary season with Moulin Rouge Party in Paris.
Okay.
And that is our fundraiser.
Oh.
And that is coming up February 23rd. That's a Saturday night here at the theater. French theme, we will have cabaret, French music. We will have fancy hors d'oeuvres. We will have tastings of whiskey, wine, and various other libations.
Okay.
There will be party games, swag. A good time will be had by all.
February 23rd.
23rd.
You'll have to send Dave,
I will send Dave
the JPEG of this. I'm going to hold it up so somebody just walking by the TV might get a chance to see it. But February 23rd. Going to be a fun event.
It's going to be a fun evening. Yeah. So we're going to kick off the 25th year with a party.
Okay. a party that's a fundraiser. I never miss an opportunity to point out that all of this is really possible because of generosity of people.
It is.
Whether it's people coming to the show for their own benefit, but leaving their money here for our benefit, the community's benefit, or for people simply writing a check above and beyond to help these things happen. We couldn't exist without both of those groups.
Right. It takes, you know, kind of takes a three-pronged effort. We do our best to give you a good product, a good show. When you come in this door, you feel good. When you leave, you feel uplifted. We do a professional job. We do our part to sell tickets and bring people in. But because we are a nonprofit entity, we're never going to be able to sustain ourselves with just ticket sales alone. So we depend on donations and grants. And I will say people have been very generous in this giving season in the last few months. And it's been very heartening to us. Every time we get a check, it's money, and it means that we can do one more thing. And to us, it's love. Because that means they like what we're doing, they love us, they're going to come in here and they're going to be part of this venture.
I don't care much for labels other than something sticking on a package, but labels on people I don't care for too much. But it's okay because I'm going to apply my own label.
Okay.
And, yeah, I think, what did I put on today? Yes, I have icon. So that's a pretty good label for me. All of the things that Eisenhower was and is and does.
Yeah.
But in our label culture, people tend to think of left, right, conservative, liberal sort of a thing. Yeah, I mean, those labels are just too easy. And so, but I want to put this thought out there. If you have to stick that label on me, I'm kind of right and conservative, right? However, somebody writing a check to a nonprofit organization is considered kind of on the other side of the street, and I would argue that point. I think it's the ultimate freedom of choice. It is your money, your decision. What you do with it is all up to you. And from my position as a person, I so strongly advocate for the process of writing a check to those organizations that support your values. Great Plains Theater and my economic value supports my values. This is a place that wins. This is a place that creates great things for human beings. That's worth money.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what we try to be. We don't have an agenda. We are here for the art form and for the people that are around here that come to see us.
Yeah.
And it's a real give and take. Sometimes we like to stretch people, and sometimes we like to just, you know, roll the ball right down the alley. But we're here for the people who come to see us. We're nothing if you're not in the audience.
Absolutely. So fun. All right. So 25 years of being in Abilene, creating value in our community for these people, creating lots of fun. I'm kind of excited to see all the ways you tie the history back to your shows this year to remind people of that 25 years. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be very artistic, but I think it's going to be a great reminder for the community that their investment over all those years is still valid today. There's not a lot of places that have a 25-year continuity history of businesses in Abilene. I'll bet the number's under 50.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and we're here.
Okay.
All right.
What else?
Well, we do have another new thing. We have our technical director, Mark Warner, who has been with us since, you know, in this new theater, moved on to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep, he's
I
gonna
guess
get
he
warm
wants
this
a little
summer.
bit warmer. And so we do have a new technical director.
All right.
And so I'd like to introduce our new technical director.
Okay, tell us who he is, and we'll go get him.
His name is Kelvin Doe, and he is somebody, when we knew Mark was leaving, we just put the old call out to friends and family and said, anybody know anybody who'd be interested in coming to a small professional theater in Kansas? And Kelvin, who we have known for 25 years, said, what about me? And we said, well, what about you? We didn't think you'd be interested, but yeah, come on down. So he had been working in Colorado. He's been in theater for over 25 years. We met him as a 21-year-old student before we were even married, Randy and I. And And we've kept in contact over the years, and he did work with us in Iowa in the theater we worked with up there for a show. So you know, we've been in contact over the years, and he had been in Colorado nearby, and he was ready to kind of make a jump to our theater. He understood what we're doing here. He understood the community, and he was on board, and he's been just, you know, like an Energizer bunny here in the theater.
I've had the pleasure of meeting him. He does seem very excited about the opportunity. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to put him in that chair.
All right.
Folks, we'll be right back.
At Eagle Marketing Solutions, we believe your advertising should be as unique as your business. Because if it's important to you, it's important to us. Call Eagle today for your customized marketing plan.
Back with Kelvin Doe. Welcome to Abilene, Kansas.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Officially with the Eagle Communications camera here. We met at Barry and Meta West party, so I got a chance to visit with you a little bit. But so excited about what you're going to bring to us, and Margaret was in the chair, and I think she's pretty excited about what you can do for Great Plains Theater. Tell us a little bit about you, where you came from, and what you see about this theater, this place.
Well, I grew up in California, just north of the Bay Area, and started doing theater back in 1989, and met Randy and Margaret back in 92.
Okay.
And just been doing a lot of overhire and contract work throughout the Bay Area. And then eventually I made my way up to Oregon and did a couple of years at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival with their scene shop.
Yeah. What do you think of our theater physically in here?
I love the space.
Okay.
It certainly presents a lot of artistic challenges, but it's a wonderful sized stage, and there's a lot of potential there. It needs a little bit of tender loving care, but
don't we all?
Yeah.
Everybody listening. What facility doesn't? Well, glad you're here. Glad to see that you're excited about what we have here. Margaret left her flyer here, 25 years. That's a big thing for our community. So my history with Great Plains Theater allows me to have some inside scoop, you know. So I remember the year after the fire, where we put up shows in anybody that would let us come in, high schools and Eisenhower Presidential Library, their little auditorium. We moved around, and I watched, I think the biggest challenge there was really trying to put the technical work together, having no workspace and having limited ability to put something on a stage, really what it came down to.
Sure.
And I think of those days, and then I think of at least having a great stage and a facility that you know what the resources are that gives us a chance to build. And then I've also had the pleasure of watching the growth of what we put on here. Being a farm guy, I see if the door swings and all of the things, you know, that it takes, and I always shiver when I think of, my Lord, I would hate to have to build that, but that's your ball game, right?
That's true, it's just a matter of pulling together all the experience I've accumulated, and this is certainly going to challenge me and tax my skills, but I'm looking forward to it.
So I heard some hammering when we came in the door.
Yes, I've started doing the build for Les Miserables.
Okay.
And
what are we going to see?
Well, we've got a couple of large stage left and stage right units that will make up the barricade. Okay. And I will be reusing some of the pieces that were used in Not Another Christmas Letter.
Okay.
But all in all, I think it's a matter of getting the set dressed properly so that we can create those different atmospheres.
Yeah, I think of the challenge of artistically presenting a mob, a fire, and the opposing force on a stage in the history of the French Revolution, and I, you know, one thinks of it in their own terms, and I go, I'm out. I'm out. I can't tell me where to set something down. I'll move it. That's all I can do for you.
Right. Well, that is sort of what my challenges are, is to come up with a concept and be able to realize that vision.
Lighting and sound, how are we?
So lighting, I've got a few things in store that I think will bring a little bit more illumination to our stage.
That's good.
Sound, we'll see. It's going to take me a little bit longer to acclimate to this system.
Yeah. I have a little bit of a hearing problem. If it's noisy environment, I have a hearing challenge. I've always had good results here in that room. I've always been able to hear well, but I also know the challenge it is to make that all work.
Sure.
That's just not flip the switch on one microphone and away you go.
No, no.
Especially when you're moving people in these things. They're always a lot of work behind those scenes.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the big challenge is that it's not, like you said, it's not a set it and forget it. Sound is dynamic.
Right.
It's affected by how many bodies you have in the space and what the temperature and humidity is. So it's one of those that you have to stay on top of it, like herding cats.
But you've had a lot of years, right?
Yes.
So there was a time you didn't have an iPad and a little sliding thing you could walk around the room and do like this, right?
I did my sound editing by cutting magnetic tape and sticking it together, yes.
So this, Kelvin, as we wind down, we can guarantee it's going to be a great show.
Oh,
whatever
absolutely.
they come to, it's going to be great because it just is. We accept nothing less around here, so we know it's going to be great.
Nor should you.
Right. Okay. Well, welcome to Abilene, Kansas.
Thank
We're
you so much.
happy that you're here. Thank you for giving us the time and your talents to help Great Plains Theater make 25 years a really special thing.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. I'm Dennis Weiss. I work for Eagle Communications. We're talking to you today from Great Plains Theater. We're looking forward to the 25th year here at this great institution. Hope to see you here. Have a great day.